Hello guys, in today's video we're gonna talk about Tasi. I also want to talk about the double stages that are coming up, and some of you might already be there, but you need to, I think it's like 550 in both stages, and then you will start unlocking double team. And if it's your first season or you haven't done double team before, basically we will have to fight against these lineups or stages with two different teams. And there will be two different lineups, both for the enemy and for you. And you can't use heroes multiple times. So that's a huge thing coming up. But first we're gonna start out with the new codes, actually. So we have Journey with Tasi. And we have... I don't know why they made this code so specific. Like, KJ update would have been enough. And compared to the other codes we have recently, this isn't that much. Like, at least throw some letters or something in there. But that's also one of the things, like, we've gotten so many good codes recently. So, puts the bad codes into perspective even further. And let's go in here, actually. So, we have Tasi coming out in A. And I haven't done any testing. Or I don't even have access to her. I don't even have access to her yet, and I haven't checked out any other testings that other content creators have done. But my suggestion already is to wait, especially if you're free to play. Please don't jump on the hype train, and even if she's really good, I actually think you should wait and pull her. Wrong menu. And why do I think you should wait? Because if you're free to play or a small spender and you don't have an insane amount of rate up letters and well, you don't buy these packs, yeah, this is the better pack for rate up letters. So if you're not a player that buys these, I think something you should consider is, even if she's really good in the beginning, is wait until Sinbad's banner expires. And you're like, why would I do that? Because when it expires, you can put him in the wish list, and then when you're pulling for Tasi, we'll start getting Sinbad copies as well. Or hopefully if you high roll. I know there is a low, and it's only 10% that you high roll and get an A level hero anyways. I actually think it's worth, considering if you're having bad RNG, you're probably gonna spend up. So, because if you have really bad RNG, like now I can show my diamond count. I was on the wrong screen while I was recording because I did the Tasi part first. So, even if you have a lot of diamonds, it would be nice to save up. Because even if you get like 2 or 3 copies from the A level pulls here in the wishlist, it would be so good for your account to start getting Sinbads as well. We don't know how much he will be used yet, but you should probably wait. And that's really my recommendation. Even if Tasi is really good, I recommend you to wait until this expires so you can put him on your wish list. Because if you're unlucky with Tasi and you need to, and you get all pitties, that's 310 or 320 pulls or letters that you use. There is a big probability that you might get 1 or 2 copies of Sinbad, so I would wait. And considering if you start pulling for Tasi, you're not gonna pull in the normal rate up or the normal recruit anyways. And if you're free to play, you're also gonna take even longer until you start pulling the next hero here anyways. So just waiting that bit, and hopefully you get lucky and get a few additional copies of Sinbad, or you're starting to get him. I don't know if you pulled him yet or not, but the good thing is you can basically start collecting 2 heroes at once, even if Tasi is a really good hero. Waiting that bit and just getting those extra copies is really good. And I have the same recommendation for this, and I already done it in a previous video, but I also want to recommend this for you guys that maybe have missed it earlier. Is that wait until you have 5 really good heroes that you need in here before you start pulling them. Right now I'm pretty close to Paragon on this account, so don't mind the list I'm having right now. But you should really wait until you have 5 heroes you really want here. Because if you have some hero that's just whatever and not gonna change your account, it's way better to just wait until some of the heroes hit the epic recruitment so you can change them. For example, on my other account, I waited even longer until Lily May was in here, so I could pull her. And then when we saw how good Mikola was, pulling for Lily May, and waited until I had Mikola in there as well, so I could get either hero at once. So they're really good to pull. So have that in mind when you're doing pulls overall. That will help you progress more steadily instead of hoping it's 1 out of 5 here to get one of these heroes. But if you have really good heroes, let's say I need Nora, I need Lily May and Mikola, if I get any of these I would be happy. But for example, if I pull right now, I only needed Mikola here and the rest was just for Paragon or just saving or getting copies, but they won't change my account, then getting any of these other 4 heroes would feel really bad. So just wait until you can fill it up more, and that way you will progress your account. You will holding yourself back for a little bit, but it's worth it so much more. Your account will become stronger in the end by doing this. Then let's jump out to double stages. I can't show you this right now because I'm not there yet, but I've seen other content creators show the double stages, and I really dislike it. It's probably the first thing with the season I'm upset, to be fair, because what will happen is both talent trials and the normal battle will become double stages. So what will happen is, even if you can't beat this, now I don't know if I'm gonna beat this wave. I've leveled up the heroes a bit, but what happens is that, no, I'm gonna lose. That's really good because of what I want to show you. So what happens is, if you're free to play or you don't have a lot of heroes and you're lacking like resonance, because if you have VIP you also get more income in the passive AFK stages, so you get more essence, more XP manuals and so on. So why the double stages is such a bad idea to have it in both modes. Oh, I accidentally skipped it, but you saw the thing where I'll lose, I have synergy. You can't request synergy anymore. So I'm just gonna do this so I can show you. I accidentally clicked. So I wouldn't be able to go in here and request help from my guild or team up, because when it's double stages, you can't do that. So I think it's a really bad idea, because once the free-to-play players get up here, like 1100, a lot of them will just become stuck, because having 2 really good teams that can deal with a lot of the enemies is really rough, especially as a free-to-play. Like, even if you've been playing for a long time, maybe you are finally getting up to having like 1 really good team, or maybe 1.5 really good team. So you probably have like maybe you have an Aaron team, and then perhaps you have like Thoran Smoky team as well. But even this account will be struggling a bit with double stages, because there's a lot of heroes I don't have up yet, and I know free-to-play players will be probably even further behind. We haven't been really lucky, and this account is like almost 100 days old now, I believe. Yeah, 93, so in a week it will be. And I know how bad it feels for me having all those copies not leveled up yet, and you can probably compare it to my other like mid account, where I stayed for like at least double that time. looking pretty bad. And that's a free to play. So I know the struggle a bit. I still have my spender account. But I'm worried that the free to play players, once they come up to the double stages, will have a really bad time. So it will feel like kinda like a soft lock or a soft cap, where you won't be able to progress as much and you will be left behind because you basically don't have the power or the ascensions on heroes, or even exclusive weapons. Like a lot of you probably have Lily May level up, but how many of you also have like OD pretty high or almost on all the other heroes that you kind of need to push the FK stages? So that's just one of the things that have upset me a bit about the double stages, because it would be a soft cap for free-to-play players. And I usually don't... Well, it's been a while that I've really criticized Lilith games or Farlight games with the season. But I really think this is a step down on Song of Strife. Like, it would be fine to have talent trials in double stages, because you still need to level up faction talent to be able to progress in other modes or do that stuff anyways. So it would just be nice if that was a season or faction talent thing with double stages. But having them in both modes is bad, I believe. Oh yeah, and also if you have Dura's token, actually save these after we beat Plague Creeper, and haven't used them yet because I wanted to wait until I get a new unlocked. Don't remember how many days it's left until they unlock. Well, at least I'm saving these because there are some stages or floors where I've gotten up to plus 15 and I'm just waiting for the plus 16 to unlock. So I can use all of these tokens in the newer tier, so I get higher level on my charms. So I can probably get the next steps.
The forest is whispering to you.
So that's a really good thing to save, because then we can start saving them until we get legendary here and use all the tokens for that instead. Because as long as they are in the backpack here, they don't expire. So I think that's a really good strategy to save them up until you get to the highest potential floor and use them then, or you wait and save until the next stage is unlocked, so when we can get to that plus 16 floor, if you're able to beat it, and then use them then, because that will give you a higher probability of getting higher tiers as well. Because go back into Dura's tribe, like the higher up we get, the higher percentage we have to get the higher tier from as well. So even just waiting until you get to plus 15, if you're able to do that. I know a lot of free-to-play players is probably still at like or 11 or 12 in a lot of the stages, so am I. Haven't been able to push it that far yet. Just saving them until you get high probability to get higher tiers is really worth it as well if you're gonna use them. That's the end of this video. I hope the advice helps you to progress your account even further. And remember, be patient. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So save your resources until you really need them and know you can get the most out of them. But as always, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.